YouTubers, it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another 5 random tips video. I'm trying to get back on track with doing these once a month. Now before we get started, I kind of want to just say this every now and then on my channel just in case anybody's wondering, but the little scrolling thing right below where I show my subscriber counts, that's just to show you guys where I was at whenever I posted this or filmed this video, so that way you know, like, because if you look at a video like a year later, you're like, well, they gave me this advice, but they're giving us this advice, but when did they give us this advice? You know, they have 1 million subscribers now, but how many subscribers did they have when they filmed the video? So that can kind of, you know, give you a better idea of where I'm at in my YouTube journey. It's also kind of nice to kind of keep track. So I wanted to let you guys know that, but we're going to get started. And like I said, I have 5 random tips to share with you guys. Random tip number 1 is to type up your Instagram posts rather than typing them like on your Instagram, like on your phone. Type them on your laptop. That's going to be my first tip. Now, I think I talked about this in my December YouTuber favorites, where my favorite app was the Notes app on my computer. So you can have that app on your phone as well, but I use it on my computer quite a bit now, especially ever since I started my @vegan_new_and_beauty account, because on Instagram, because that account I get really detailed with, you know, I try to, you know, hit certain points in every single post just to give you guys as much information that you need in order to decide whether or not you're going to buy a product. Do you know when a product is coming out, how much, you know, the product's going to cost and all that. So, you know, they're probably more of my most detailed Instagram posts that I do. Other ones are not as really detailed as far as the subscription goes. So whenever I was trying to put those together and I was typing them on my phone, it was so annoying. So I found that typing it on my computer was way quicker. I'm way faster at typing on a computer than I am on my phone. And then, you know, if you accidentally click out of your Instagram and you lose everything, like that really, really sucks. So what I do is on the Notes app, I type everything up on the Notes app. You can do this in Word or whatever you want to, wherever you want to type it on your computer. So I type it up in my Notes app and then I copy and paste and then I send it to myself via iMessage. Which sends it from my laptop to my phone. And what I do is I type up, you know, the main part, like the caption right underneath the photo, and send that to myself, post the photo, and then now what I'm doing is I'm sending all of the tags separately to myself, and then I'll like comment with a tag. And I also have a template going, which I will show you guys here. I'll just like let that, you guys can see it as I'm talking about it. But I have a template where these are things that I usually talk about or include in my @vegan_new_and_beauty accounts, like credit, because I have like a section where I want to talk about where I pulled the photos from, where the information was from. Sometimes I say tipped off by, because some things I don't even realize are out until I see them maybe on @TreadMoved1's account. So I want to give her credit for, you know, being the person that made me aware of it. You know, maybe it was on Anastasia Beverly Hills' Instagram account, but I first saw about the product on TreadMoved1's account, so I want to give credit to her as well. And then I have a section where I have basics, where I go over, you know, where the product, where you can buy the product, how much the product costs, how much the product weighs. You know, I confirm that it is vegan, it is cruelty-free, and just any important like basic information. Then maybe I'll have a separate section for shades, if that's applicable. I definitely want to, and then now I have like a My Thoughts section where I kind of give my little 2 cents about what I think about the product, or, you know, my hopes for the product that is coming out or that is new. And then I ask you guys what your thoughts are, and then I have a set of tags that I use every time that I do post a post. So it's really nice, especially for that account, to be able to copy and paste. And in doing that, I realized, well, wow, I can make my life so much easier with my other Instagram accounts too. So I also created sections on my Notes app on my computer where I have tags saved for my other Instagram accounts, and also just a way for me to type in on the Notes app for those accounts as well. And that has also been making my life easier. For those accounts, it wasn't as big of a deal, but when I had to go to when I was working on an account that was a lot more descriptive, I realized how helpful that is. So I really recommend, if you guys are posting on Instagram, especially if you're posting on Instagram a lot, to have, you know, to type everything on your computer, to have tags saved or certain things saved that you frequently use a lot in those posts, because I think it will definitely make your guys' life a lot easier. Random tip number 2 is regarding Snapchat loops. So as you know, you can, you know, decide, you know, if your video plays once or if it's on loop, meaning it's going to keep playing and playing, or you post a picture and you can decide how many seconds that picture is going to post, or you can keep it on loop where it's just gonna stay there forever. So it's really important, at least to me, and this is my personal preference. I know people have complained about it to other YouTubers, and YouTubers have said like, oh my God, I'm on loop. Thanks for someone telling me. Don't put anything on loop. It is so freaking annoying, and that is just my personal opinion, but it seems like a lot of people feel the same way. So whenever my stuff gets accidentally put on loop because I accidentally hit the button, I'm like, oh crap. So I know with the bigger YouTubers, at least on their Snapchat, at least like they have so many people that someone's going to tell them immediately. For someone who's smaller, you might not get told. So occasionally it's kind of nice just to go through your Snapchat, just check it out, make sure everything, you know, is right, nothing's on loop. Maybe something got cut off. I know there were certain points where Snapchat was having glitches where, you know, it was posting stuff out of order or like deleting certain things. Like, you never know what's going on. So it's okay. You don't have to do this on a daily basis, but on occasion I kind of like to replay my Snapchat story and just kind of listen and just check to make sure that, you know, nothing funky is going on. So I think it's something good to check on, especially if you're smaller and don't have people that are going to point it out to you and send you a comment like, what's going on, or you're on loop, or, you know, stuff like that. So I definitely think it's good to double check. Another thing to do is to learn from the best. And what I mean by that is just checking out other YouTubers or influencers that you know have been doing really well, and then just taking a step back and thinking, okay, well, why are they doing so well? Part of it is luck. We all think, but it's not all luck. So what are they doing that, you know, maybe helping their channel grow? And I'm going to use Samantha March as an example. I like to use Samantha March a lot because she did a really good job in 2017. I think that's kind of like the year that she really blew up. I think she was more steady in 2016 growing, but 2017 was her year. And, you know, I was thinking like, okay, well, what is she doing? And some of the small things that I'm inputting, and I don't even know if this is what's helping her grow, but like all of her titles are in all caps, and I think that was the only example. And she's posting on Instagram a lot. She does a lot of makeup tutorials or skincare routines, like, you know, a little video on Instagram that I know a lot of people like. And it's been at least years, I don't know, I've been wanting to do that for the longest time, and I never stop and sit down and actually do it. I don't know how she does it so frequently, because to me it just seems like so much work. It's almost like putting your YouTube videos to me on Instagram. Like, I don't know, I know it's probably not that much of work. Maybe I just need to sit down and freaking do it. But she does these things that I'm like, okay, this is probably what's helping her. Because it's really important to market. So she does a really good job of marketing. And another thing too, and I think she's even mentioned this before, that she thinks that this particular thing is why she blew up in 2017, but I definitely think it's her Will I Buy It series. You know, there was the anti-haul series, but her Will I Buy It series is nice because it's not just talking about things you don't want. It's also talking about things you do want, you may want, you know, you like, you don't like, whatever. And just talking about new products that are coming out, but not having to feel forced to go out and buy them. And I think people are really enjoying watching them. But for me, in addition to what I'm, you know, saying, like, you know, watch other YouTubers, see what they're doing well, and then just figure out a way that you could do similar things. But kind of like get inspired, okay, like what, you know, the reason why that was so successful, because it was a unique idea and it was a useful idea. And as a YouTuber, I really appreciate it, because whenever you first start YouTube, I feel like a lot of YouTubers have said this, like they feel like they have to go out and buy everything, do a review as soon as possible and stuff. But no, you don't. So because of these Will I Buy It's, you can talk about all the new products coming out without having to use it. And it kind of isn't really much different than for someone who's doing a first impression, because a lot of people are like, oh, this is a review, and they just got the product. You can't review something that you just got. You could do swatches or something, or you could do a first impressions, but you have to be careful, like, you know, make it very clear that it's a first impression. But I think it's just going to save a lot of I think it's something that saves a lot of YouTubers money, and I definitely think they're very interesting to watch. And also just like in deciding, like, okay, all these new products are coming out, you know, I'm making you aware of these products, but in addition, why or why not am I going to buy something? So I think that's really cool. And that led to my spin-off of Would I Buy It, which is on Beauty Addict next door, which also led to my @VeganNewAndBeauty Instagram account. So I really appreciate Samantha coming out with that Will I Buy It. But the main point is you got to think about, okay, well, what are those YouTubers doing or influencers are doing to make their channels or social media accounts stand out? you know, what do you attribute to that being that reason, and then use that to inspire yourself to do better or to try something new, change something up, come up with a new idea. I definitely think that other YouTubers, like I get inspired by other YouTubers, so I think you guys should also take that into account. Like, you don't know everything. And also, like, people have all different types of personalities, and there's even dumb stuff like how people put, like, what people put on their Insta stories and how they edited their Insta story. I'm like, oh, that's a really cute way to edit that Insta story. So now I'm like, okay, now I want to try that. So definitely, you know, check out other influencers, see what they're doing, get inspired by them, and just try to make, you know, your YouTube channel or social media accounts even better. Random tip number 4 is really exciting because whenever I want to insert thumbnails into my YouTube videos, either my own thumbnails that I, you know, deleted from like a long time ago due to like storage issues, which was really annoying. Most of mine are saved now, but sometimes I would go look up my old thumbnail. Sometimes I look up other YouTubers' thumbnails to insert into my video to reference to their videos. And I recently figured out that you can drag and drop the thumbnail from a YouTuber's video in the search and drag it onto your laptop. And I'll insert a clip of me doing that in this video so you guys can see what I mean, because it's, I don't know if I'm explaining it perfectly, but before I would just go on Google and try to search it. Like, I would put in like the YouTuber's name and the name of their video, and sometimes it would come up in the Google search and sometimes it wouldn't, and it was so annoying. And then I was like, well, let me try YouTube searching the video and see if there's any sort of way that I can drag and drop. And you can drag and drop, at least from the YouTube search, and drag the image onto your desktop. So I really recommend doing that if you ever want to reference another YouTuber. I definitely think when you are referencing other YouTubers or celebrities or whatever, it's really nice to insert a picture, and it's helpful if you have the exact thumbnail to the video that you are referencing. And random tip number 5 is to keep up with your YouTube notifications as they come. So first of all, YouTube notifications have kind of changed over the past year, like whenever YouTube does updates or whatever, but now we're at the point where, like, at least whenever I click on a notification, it unclicks all of the notifications. So I may check one notification out of like one of 20 new notifications, and once I click on the one, then all the other 19, you know, look like I've already like taken care of them. Like, you know, like it has like, I think it has like an orange dot, but once I click on one orange dot, then all the orange dots disappear. So it's really hard for me to keep track of where I left off and where I started and all that. So what I do is I try to keep up with it as I go. It's been a little bit of a struggle for me with Beauty Vlogger 101 because I pretty much always have my Beauty Addict Next Door Instagram account logged in on my laptop. So I'm really good at keeping up with that one now, but I don't really flip over to Beauty Vlogger 101. So I've noticed like all my notifications are getting backed up. So my goal was, okay, I can keep up with my notifications on my laptop for Beauty Addict Next Door, and then on Beauty Vlogger 101, I will have, you know, keep up with the notifications on my phone. But I don't do that, so I need to do that. Like, I think that's going to be the most helpful thing is if I do it that way, so that way I don't have to keep logging in and out of accounts. I just have to do it on my phone. I'm doing a really good job keeping up on my laptop, but I definitely think that's going to help you keep up to date. Same thing with like social media accounts. Like, even if you have to go and click a couple likes just to kind of keep up where you are, because like Instagram, I'm not left off where it doesn't start where I get left off, and I have to scroll and scroll and scroll. Like, I wish I could bookmark it, but I can't, so I have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, and I like to look through all of the posts, especially now that I have my @GeeganNewandBeauty account, and I'm trying to keep you guys posted on what's new. I don't want to, like, you know, miss everything that's new that's coming out from all of the brands, so I always end up scrolling all the way back just to make sure that I am up to date on everything. So I hope Instagram comes out with a bookmark, but it's just really important to try to keep up with your notifications. So if you have like a special routine where you take care of them in the morning, take care of them as they go throughout the day, whatever works for you. But if you get backed up, it gets really frustrating. It makes it 10 times harder. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you guys have any random tips that you would like to share, please let me know down in the comments what those are. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Click that little bell so that you're notified of when my videos have been posted. Like this video if you did like it, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Is the Sony a5100. Let me just bring this up. I have a love-hate with the Sony a5100. This is the camera that I rely on to take selfies with. I don't think, you know, sometimes I use like my iPhone to take selfies for like an Insta story or a Snapchat, but I don't do it for what I'm gonna post on Instagram. This is the only camera that I will use for selfies.